Officially by 7 the show comes to an end. The sports gang will be in for extra time. Lecture Talk comes up at about 9 p.m. I suppose. A quick look at the matters up for discussion on the show today. So I've got the traditional side comments coming up in a moment, random stories that caught my attention, and random thoughts of mine on those, which once again, for the 1 billionth time, will not be discussed at this time, but during the open season segment, hopefully we have time for that. After the major news at 6, I'll take some thoughts on those issues, including the side comments. After that comes today's rant, some issue in my mind. I'll be expressing a thought or two on that. That I will take your thoughts on till 4 p.m. 4 features the business news, and after that, unbelievable. Yeah, breaking news. You can't believe it. The Rivers State Police Command has leveled false accusation on someone. Who would ever think that would ever happen? Now, the Rivers State Police Command is capable of leveling false accusation on a person. Could you ever imagine that a thing like that can happen? Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Well, it did happen. It did happen. And the Federal High Court in Port Harcourt has asked the Rivers State Commissioner of Police, Friday Eboka, aka the Versatile One, and the disbanded Eagle Crack Unit to pay the sum of 20 million naira as damages for parading the owner of an orphanage home after accusing her of running a baby factory. Remember, in February last year, the police paraded the owner of Tender Life Initiative Foundation, Chinelo Odiakosa Makwe, and her staff for allegedly running an orphanage home. But after Mrs. Odiakosa Makwe was released from prison custody, she took police authorities to court for violating her fundamental rights. Justice Mohammed Abubakar, in his judgment, granted 7 reliefs sought by the claimant. He also condemned the practice of parading suspects. Shortly after the court proceedings, lawyer to the owner of the orphanage home, Henry Ekine, he's with the Committee for the Defense of Human Rights, spoke to newsmen, and here's what Henry had to say about the situation.
All 7 prayers were granted to the effect that the court declared that arrest and detention as illegal and a violation of their fundamental right. The court declared the public parading of the arrestee as also a violation of the fundamental rights of those citizens. Again, a declaration was made to the effect that their dignity was actually being violated. A court holds that the right of a citizen has been violated. What follows almost automatically is award of damages in compensation, and then that was also granted the applicants to the tune of about 20 million naira.
Now, Mr. Ekene commended the court for standing up to protect the rights of citizens, but expressed worry about how difficult it will be to enforce a judgment of court, especially when it concerns the police.
It's a commendable one of things, and we appreciated the courage of the court to be able to actually come upright to declare the unconstitutional conduct of the police, particularly the Eagle Crack team in that regard, and then of course to hold that the rights of those citizens, those applicants, were violated. It's a commendable judgment. We do know that there is another hurdle that we will need to take. After judgment, what comes next is the enforcement of the judgment. We know that usually in our judicial system or processes, there is still another challenge that we need to go through, but we'll get to the end at the end of the day.
On her part, the owner of the Tender Life Initiative Foundation, Chinelo Odiakosa Makwe, in an interview with newsmen, said the judgment has vindicated her.
Really excited that we still have a justice system in Nigeria that is responsive to the needs of the common man. For me, it's like I've been vindicated, and all the character assassination has been upturned. I'm so passionate about my dream to help a lot more young women to get help, irrespective of their sexual status. It's a good one for me and for the development sector in general.
Has justice been fully served in this matter? Well, I'll be speaking with the owner of Tender Life Initiative Foundation on the show today, Chinelo Odiakosa Makwe, and her lawyer, Henry Ekene, in the 4 o'clock hour. To join us for that. And that takes us to 5 p.m. 5 o'clock, the news update comes up, and after that, it's a mobilization spree for contractors in Rivers State. or at least contractors, to the River State government. Yes, indeed, because there's been some development as regards mobilization. A bill seeking to allow the payment of more than 30% mobilization fee to contractors passed first reading at the River State House of Assembly yesterday. It followed a letter sent to the House by Governor Wike requesting that the Section 32 of the River State Public Procurement Law Number 4 of 2008 be amended to allow for such payments. Majority Leader of the House, Martin Amewule, said the bill, when passed into law, will be called the River State Public Procurement Amendment Law of 2021. And let's hear what he had to say on this mobilization bill. Why wasn't it just called that, mobilization bill? Anyways, here's what he said.
To amend Section 32 of the River State Public Procurement Law Number 4 of 2008 and for other matters connected therewith. H.A. 21. First reading taken.
Now, the House later adjourned sitting to Monday. As you may know, the River State government has been paying 70% to Julius Berger in some of the contracts awarded recently. So I'd like to ask you, I'd like to get your take on this. Is this a necessary measure, in your estimation? This bill before the House, which I do not see, quite frankly, I do not see any member of that House of Assembly stopping this from becoming law. It's almost literally impossible for the honorable members of the House to not grant the passage of this bill into law. But then again, does it serve the purpose? Does it serve the interest of River State? This bill. I'd like to get your take on that in the 5 o'clock hour after the news update. Headlines 5:30, major news at 6 p.m. Open season afterwards, and that's the show today. Any changes you will find out. Simply stay tuned. So we'll keep it going right now with some side comments, random stories, random thoughts that I came across as I checked out the news today. So we hear that 3 local government areas in River State have started giving out the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccines to residents. The local government are Obiakpo, Eche and Eleme. In Obiakpo, it's reported scores of people queue to take their first dose of the vaccine. And like I did mention yesterday, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that the vaccines are being administered to people. It's a great thing. It's very good news, by the way. But how do I say this that will make sense, really? How do I say this? Because sometimes it appears that the things that make sense just are quite difficult to assimilate in certain quarters. It's good that we're administering the vaccines, but here are a few things. A precise number of vaccines was sent to River State, I think 150,000. And the AstraZeneca vaccine is in 2 doses. So 150,000 doses will cater to 75,000 persons. Now, it's important that the state government, with the local government, of course, identify specifically how the vaccines are going to be rolled out, how they're going to be administered. I think the state government did that already to some degree, explaining that, health workers and then government functionaries and all of that, and blah, blah, blah. So it's good that even at the local government level as well, some explanation is given, even though I still think that the information from the state government could have been more detailed, and when I say detailed, I mean giving specifics, narrowing it down to numbers. We've got 150,000. That's 75,000 persons. How many is the state government taking? How many are we sending to the various local government areas? How many are we devoting to government functionaries, honorables, excellencies, those who are on ground, those who have structure? You understand? Because those ones are very important also. Then the good people of River State. No, not good. Some people, there's a high level before good people of River State. The ones His Excellency is always consulting. Oh, I've forgotten their title. Not the good people of River State. Is it the good people of River State? Can someone remind me, please? I don't remember right now. Anyway, so how many are we allocating to what set of people, what class of people? It should be defined. It should be clearly defined. It should be clearly stated. You know, at least that's how it's done in some other parts of the world. You know, if those parts of the world that are even donating the vaccines to us, the people that bought it with their own money, that's how they do it over there. You know, I see no reason why an equal level of transparency, should not be adopted here. The well-meaning people, thank you very much. I think that's it. I think it's the well-meaning people. You know, yeah. After honorables and excellencies, then we have the well-meaning people. Well-meaning people. Those are on a different level. Well-meaning. You know, these are the class of people that have the governor's ears. The well-meaning people. You know, they are a shadow. They are a shadow. A shadow organization. The well-meaning people or well-meaning citizens of River State. You know, obviously those ones have to get as well. And then maybe, you know, maybe elder statesmen, critical stakeholders before we now come to the good people of River State. So how are we exactly apportioning it? How are we going about it? I think that information is critical. It's very important as well. You know, and not just in River State, everywhere in the country. That information I think is very important. But it's a good thing at least that we're vaccinating people. That's a good thing. Let's see, what has caught my attention today? National Association of Resident Doctors say the families of frontline doctors who died of COVID-19 have been abandoned despite a 500 billion intervention fund released by the federal government last year for COVID-19 response. National President of NARD, Uyilawa Okwai Hesu, in an interview said at least 17 of its members have died of COVID-19 and their families were not given any insurance claim. Let's hear what the national president or the resident doctors had to say about this situation. Just a moment. Okay, here we are.
As of today, we have lost 17 members to COVID-19, and we have had about 1,400 confirmed cases. And as of last transfer, all health workers. But however, over a year ago till now, there's no service in death insurance paid to any of our members. And this has been going on for over 5 years.
That's a very sad thing. That's very unfortunate indeed. You know, if we have frontline health workers or health workers who've passed, and we do have, by the way, who've died as a result of due to COVID-19. I mean, the least government can do is give them their health, pay their families the insurance, casualty or death insurance. They should do that. They should do that. And it's quite disturbing and alarming how that, people who actually put in the work, who actually put in the effort in this country, are the least people who are attended to. The least people who are attended to. People who actually put in the work, people who actually put in the effort, people who are working to sustain this country are the least people who are attended to. And that's very unfortunate indeed. But if you are an honorable, excellency, and all you are doing is wearing danshiki or senator or agbada all over the place, just that, you're just bearing honorable or excellency, and all you do is wear agbada everywhere. Very big agbada, highly starched. And you're going about with convoy. That's the job. That's the work, because that agbada is very heavy. You know what it means to wear agbada? It's not easy. And every time you're adjusting it, you're folding it like this. If you're watching me on Twitter now, you can see what I'm doing at Nigeria Info PH. Doing this every time is not easy. Adjusting this one, then you have to adjust the other one. Every 15 minutes it falls again, and then you have to adjust it again, all over again. It's very, very hard. Very, 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 very hard. And sometimes sitting in the hollow chamber and saying yay and saying nay, it's not a very easy task. It's not a very, very easy task. Or just awarding contracts. It's not easy at all. It's not easy. Okay, and I've been informed that the 150,000 doses sent to River State are for 150,000 people to take as the first dose. Now, second dose will be brought in by June, which is about 3 months from now. So I've just been informed of that. Thanks to Chairman for that correction. Even then, we still need to know exactly how the 150,000 doses are going to be allocated to the 150,000 people that are required to get them. So I think I have to wrap up the side comments right now. Yes, I do. Do I? Oh, I think I do, yes. But finally, in my capacity as the self-appointed Senior Special Advisor to the Rivers State Governor on reminding His Excellency of critical matters. Your Excellency, sir, we have a lot of work to do with education in Rivers State. But we could start with paying teachers in demonstration schools who are being owed for at least 5 years. They deserve their pay. If contractors in Rivers State deserve 70% or at least more than 30% mobilization fee, workers, teachers in demonstration schools deserve their salaries, especially as they have a court order from the National Industrial Court ordering your government to pay them their salaries. And you being a lawyer, Your Excellency, you must know all about obeying court decisions, don't you, Your Excellency? I'm sure you know all about that. So let's pay the workers, let's pay the teachers, and also let's see, basic education in River State leaves a lot to be desired. Let's revamp the education sector in River State. We need at least 10,000 teachers and 4,000 non-teaching staff. This was based on a needs assessment conducted by your government in your first term in office. Those 10,000 teachers and 4,000 non-teaching staff and the infrastructure deficit we have in basic education in River State is 1 million times more important than all the flyovers you can ever build in River State. Way more important, because flyovers will get us from GRA Junction to Water Lines in maybe a few minutes or even less. But education will take us into the future, and education is the best legacy. On that note, I end my rant. Am I ending it? No, the side comment I meant to say, side comment. Is that it? Okay, all right. So, but to the CPA Book of Friday, the versatile one, have you got the bank statement yet? We're still wondering. Remember your crackhead boys who reportedly extorted Unipo student of some money and forgot his phone. We heard that you're waiting for a bank statement from the bank, so we're still waiting. Hope you're escalating the matter so that you get the bank statement, and we can hear how these crackheads will be punished, and we can all move on with our lives. All right, so that's it for side comments. A break. I return with today's rants. Please stay with us.
Keeping up with political issues and developments around you, only on Nigeria Info.
Are you running late and can't make it down to our Rumorcy office to book your commercials? Don't worry, because you can take advantage of our marketing office inside Port Harcourt to book your commercials. It is located at Shop 9 Mediatrix of All Graces Plaza, opposite FIRS Stadium Road, Port Harcourt. You can also call our sales rep on 0817 001 8162. That's 0817 001 8162.
Keeping up with political issues and developments around you, only on Nigeria Info.
What we do goes beyond bringing you the news. We give you a chance to talk about it. Your opinion, your voice.
This is 92.3 Nigeria Info, Port Harcourt.
Your number one news, talk, and sports radio station.
To thrive in a fast-changing world.
Tune in to 92.3 Nigeria Info for the best of news, talk, and sports 24/7.
And now, Hard Facts.
Hard Facts
With Diode.
Welcome back. It is Hard Factor 91.3 Nigeria Info here in Port Harcourt. I'm Dio, and I'd like to rant for just a bit. I've got something in my mind. I'd like to express some thoughts on it. You're welcome to express your thoughts and mine all the way till 4 p.m. And I'm just wondering, when will the Nigerian police force stop making our lives miserable? I mean, there are many questions that I wonder, really, and this is one of them. I have questions about our leaders as well, but today I'm focusing, for the purpose of today's rant, I'm focusing on this question. When will the Nigeria Police Force, and specifically the River State Police Command, stop making our lives miserable? Because it appears that every opportunity that they have, they just want to make us as miserable as possible. Even after killing us, they will not stop. I mean, what else? What can you take from a person beyond taking their life? Or what can you take from a people beyond killing their loved one? What? You would think that that is the most that anybody can take from a person. You would think that if you rob a person or a family of a loved one, you kill that loved one, that's the most that you can take from them. You may want to leave them alone, or even try to make amends somewhat, especially when you've been found out, when you were caught, when the whole world knows that you killed this loved one of this family. That is what should obtain naturally. But with the Nigeria Police, and specifically with reference to the Nigeria Police Force River State Command, even after taking a loved one, taking the life of a loved one, the Nigeria Police River State Command is not done. They are not satisfied. No, they're not. They still believe that there's something. There's still something they can still get. They can still get something. But you have killed their father already. No, there's still something. But you have killed their husband. We can still collect something. We can still collect. But you have made the children orphans. No, they must still drop something. But you have made the woman, you've made the wife, you've turned her into a widow. It's fine, but they can still drop something. Can still drop something. It's almost like when the Nigeria Police or those in the River State Police Command see a person, all they see is an avenue to collect something. They're like ravenous wolves, and all they see when they look at human beings are prey. When they look at civilians, all they see are prey. Okay, fine, but this one you have killed him, or no, you can still collect something. Collect something. There's opportunity here to collect something. And that's one question. And also, when are we going to finally be delivered from the ICRAC team? Because even after the unfortunate Ikoko 5 saga and the more recent incident, and we hear they've been disbanded, the crackheads at the ICRAC are still traumatizing us. They're like ghosts that won't just go away. You know? They're like ghosts that are still haunting us, that will just not find their way either to heaven or hell, as the case may be. Check out the story in the Punch newspaper captioned, "Police want us to bear mortuary bills," says late Rivers Mechanics family. From the Punch. Here's the story. A family of late Chima Ikunado, an auto mechanic who was tortured to death while in custody of the Eagle Crack team of the Nigeria Police, Mile 1 Police Station, Port Harcourt, said the police had asked them to pick the remains of the late victim from the mortuary for burial. Elder brother of the deceased, Mr. Anthony Ikunado, disclosed this at a joint media briefing with members of the civil society in Port Harcourt on Thursday. Anthony further said the police was asking the family to bear the burden of the mortuary bills, which runs from December 2019 till date. The River State Police Command is asking the family of late Chima Ikunado of the famous Ikoko 5, whom allegedly they tortured to death. They're asking the family to pay the mortuary bills. Because if reportedly, allegedly, the police, the crackheads at the e-crack team did not torture him to death, will anybody have a mortuary bill to pay today? Now, back to the story. He wondered why the police would ask the family to pay the mortuary bills when his late brother was tortured to death and his remains deposited in the mortuary without the knowledge of the family. After telling the whole world that he died of blood sugar, and as God will have it, the God that I serve is a living God. He doesn't sleep. God revealed them that allegedly they killed him, tortured him to death, as they tortured the other 4 as well. Thankfully, those ones did not die. If they had their way, who knows, allegedly they would have killed them as well. Anthony noted that his father's health had deteriorated since the death of his sibling, as well as caused untold pain to the family. I remember the interview with his father and a brother here, one of the most painful interviews I've ever had to do in my entire life. Now, quote, the police have refused to pay the mortuary bill of my late younger brother. They, the police, killed him and took him to the mortuary without our knowledge. Now they want us to go and pay the mortuary bills. The police have refused to release the autopsy results and the test results, so we are saying that the burden of paying the mortuary bills should not be upon us, the bereaved family, but on them, the police, he added. And it makes sense because reportedly, allegedly, they killed him. If the police did not kill him allegedly, nobody will be talking about a mortuary bill today. Also speaking, a surviving friend of the victim who was detained and tortured alongside late Chima, old known as the Coco 5, Ifeanyi Chukwu Ndekwere, insisted on justice and wondered why the state government had not made any comment on the matter nearly 2 years since it occurred. Well, I don't know why the state government has not said anything. Maybe because you're not Rivers' daughters. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. It could be a number of any reasons, but it could also be because you're not Rivers' daughters. So that's why nobody has come to your aid or to your support yet. Or you're not members of security agents. If you were, you may have received 10 million by now, or something like that. But the question does arise for me. Why is it that even after taking away the loved one of this family, the police appear to not be done with the family yet? They still want to collect from them. They want to collect. They still want to look for something, anything, to collect from this family. To the police in River, have you not collected enough from the Kunado family? Have you not collected enough from the Coco 5? You collected their blood. You collected their skin. You collected their bones. You collected someone's life. Literally. Allegedly. Have you not collected enough from them? What else do you want them to give to you? What else do you want the Kunado family and the Coco 5 or the remaining Coco 4 or the rest of the Coco 5? What else do you want them to give to you? You want them to go to a blood bank and drain the rest of their blood and hand it over to you? You want them to go to a hospital and ask and request for what's that thing called again? Is it euthanasia? Assisted suicide, and hand over their bodies to you? You want them to send whatever landed property that they have and their farmlands and give the money to you? What else do you need from them? CP Eboka Friday, the versatile one, I'm aware that this incident did not happen while you were heading the River State Police Command. But still, the God works in mysterious ways. God knows the reason why he brought you here at a time like this. You are the one in charge now. And whatever happens at this time, you cannot claim ignorance. CP Eboka Friday, a.k.a. the versatile one. You are responsible for whatever happens now. The meticulous one is gone. And the one before him is also gone. The award-winning one is gone as well. So you are the versatile one. You are here now. So CP Eboka Friday, what do you and your boys still want from the Cocoa 5? Reportedly, you killed him. That's not enough. You want the fam for. So, it would be nice once again if the police can just tell us everything, so that we won't be paying instrumentally in installments. Just the police should just write an invoice. CPA Booker Friday. You guys should just write an invoice. An invoice detailing everything that you want from the Ikunados and the remaining in Cocoa 5. Just detail everything at once in bulk and present the invoice so that we all know all that, so that everything can be gathered at once and given to you in one fell swoop in bulk. You know, it's better we know everything in bulk instead of giving it to you small. You know, you took blood at that time, you took bones, you took flesh, you took some money, you took phones, reportedly, you took life. You know, and you're taking it small. So let's not take it small again. Let's just take everything at once. So that's what I advise to the River State Police Command. Just prepare an invoice with everything in bulk. If you can include another 3 rib bones, 4 pints of blood, some pieces of human flesh, 1 or 2 lives. Indicate the amount of money as well. You know, everything. You can even add future mortuary bills also, and hospital. Just put everything in bulk and present so that we know how we organize meeting and call on the good people of River State to come together, rally around and donate this thing so that we'll come officially to Moscow Road, Force Headquarters, to present this and to satisfy the demand notice, because it appears the police is issuing demand notice these days. On that note, I end my round. Thanks for listening. Hope I didn't bore you. Any thoughts about Let's Hear It? Numbers are the same, lines are open. 0817 923 0002 or 0003, 0817 923 0007 or 0009. We're live on Twitter at Nigeria Info PH, also facebook.com/Nigeria Info PH, and we have WhatsApp as well. I think that's 08028636359. All right, please keep it brief, concise, and straight to the point. And once a call is answered, do please turn down the volume of your radio set. It's expedient that to do so, else we cannot have a conversation. Hello, 913.
Hello, Dayo.
You're welcome.
Good evening.
Go ahead.
Dayo, this is Obunika from Ahoda West. Now, the police is saying that the Chuma family should bear the cost of the mortuary bill. This is what is not what we are looking for. Police, they should do the right thing. They should do the right thing. And the land of money is aware of this Chuma dead. Why land of money could have been in the front of this to make sure that the justice should be served to people, Chima family.
All right, sir. 913. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
You're welcome. Go on.
Yeah, just like somebody asked, one of the victims asked, why our governor have not said anything. You have said it all. They are not Rivers data, and they are not judges, and some other people related in that class of people. So there's no need for you to waste time to say anything. About since the people are demanding for the cost, otherwise somebody that have already thrown away, and then you want to collect the body. So you want make they give it to you free, and if not you go free. So they have to collect something to give them their body, because now they want them. Thank you.
All right. Via Facebook, let's see, I got a few comments here already. Reminder, you can also tweet at Nigeria Info PH. 913, hello, you're welcome.
Hello, Dayo.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Noble. Dayo,
who put that guy in mortuary for to start with? Is it not the police people that take the guy to mortuary?
After giving him blood sugar. Yeah.
My brother, I'm very, very surprised that we just take that decision. So I don't even have sympathy that you waste this guy's life. I remember how that high and white cried that time with the only son or daughter he have. So where would I get the money from? Where would I get the money from? I'm very, very sorry for this country, seriously. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hello? Good evening or good afternoon?
Dayo, good afternoon.
All right, go on.
Yes, look, I'm from the chair. Dayo, it's an unfortunate situation that the police will open their mouth and tell Ikunado's family to be at the hospital, to be at the mortuary bill. Oh, God of mercy. What is happening in this country? Where did the civil society organization in this country?
Civil society is with the family, and that's why this matter. Civil society did a lot for this family, and they're still doing a lot as far as this matter is concerned. So let's not blame civil society for anything.
But they should do more, my brother. They should do more.
What more should they do? What more is civil society or government?
It's a pity.
Is civil society?
I'm not at all.
Is civil society or government, for crying out loud? Hello, you're welcome. All right, go ahead. 19. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Dayo. Good evening.
Could I go ahead?
Yes, I'm calling you from Port Harcourt.
Go ahead.
See, Dayo, I commend, in fact, sometimes I appreciate your effort in some certain things. See, I want to use this opportunity to encourage Nigerians, they should be courageous. And at the same time, see, I also want to say that the family of Chima, they should pay whatever thing that is required for them to pay. They should pay.
Why should they pay?
Or their brother buried. But one thing I know for sure is this: that place where Chima is going, there's nobody on planet Earth that will not let her follow up.
Why should the family pay for this?
No, but in normal extent, see, let's call it spade a spade. If it was Ikoku, either boys or whatever that killed a policeman, I believe since then that justice would have.
No, I'm asking you a question. Answer the question, please. Why should the Ikunado family pay the mortuary bill?
They have to pay to let every trouble go. Are you aware that if they refuse to pay, are you quite aware that this thing might result to something else?
No, it cannot. To something else like what?
Something else. Okay, if any member of that family, from what I'm seeing, we are close to that place, we know what is going on. If anybody from that family come to raise any alarm or whatever, the next thing you might expect is to follow the person up, and by then the government will come up and pick up the case. So I know what I'm saying.
I don't understand what you're saying.
You don't understand?
No, I don't.
Dayo. Hello?
Yes.
Are you fully aware that some of those people at that time that followed up this matter, many of them are still in detention? Are you aware?
Which people that followed up which matter?
That followed up on this thing online when Chima died. That followed up, maybe announcing it and picking up some this thing. Are you aware that in one way or the other that is diverting it to another crime? Are you aware that
that's not true? I don't know what your aim or purpose is for what you're saying, but what you're saying is definitely falsehood. We got 7 minutes to go before 4 p.m. At 4 we got the business news coming up, and let's see. I've got comments via Twitter, WhatsApp, Facebook as well. I'll start with Facebook. Baron Prince goes, so the issue has finally been buried. After all said and done, those culprits are nowhere to be found. The Nigerian police should be in charge of the funeral bills for Pasty and Baron. Note, the matter has not been buried. The matter is in court. And you can do a quick Google search, and I'm sure you find out the details of the matter. The matter is in court. and I think 3 or 4 police officers were charged to court for the murder. So it is in court. And I tell you what, thank God to it. How will the family pay for the bills or the mortuary? What is the outcome of the judgment, Dio? Well, judgment has not been delivered yet.
Yeah,
Mortuary is still in court. Hello, you're welcome. Go ahead.
About this issue, it is sickening and enunciating. Well, history says men don't learn from history. And society will always give you back whatever you give it. I mean, we have put in place, if not elected, selected officers who are in charge of government. And things are fundamentally, pivotally wrong, going wrong, and nobody is saying anything. Now they are sowing the seed. Nobody is saying anything. When it is time to harvest, they'll start shouting and crying foul. The end pass that just passed is a shadow for telling what society can do. We won't react. Whether it's a matter of time, but it's so shameful. I mean, the police should, for once, launder its image. They should have a face. We're all human beings. If their corpse is being held down, will they like it? If the commissioner of police, or for any officer for that matter, corpse is being held back to the when, I don't know whether the case has been ended. If there have been
No. The case is not ended. It's still in court.
It's still in court, okay? But so far investigations are pointing that they killed the man. I mean, don't they have conscience? Who would like to be treated that way, for God's sake? Things are going wrong. You're in charge of a system, and is in the public and open. Can't you redeem your image, for God's sake? I'm wondering whether we are dead or we are stones. We're no human beings again. It's so annoying. It's called, please, it is time for society. We, the people, when they say we, the people, not everybody, there are a few persons that are damaging the society. We, the people that have concept, at this 2023, we should open our eyes to say that we should be more responsible. We should be more active. Enough. The so-called leaders can't take us anywhere. We should determine who comes into power, who stays into power. We should rise up. Enough is enough. Thank you.
You're welcome. Via WhatsApp, someone's giving a reason here as to why the River State government has yet to say anything about the Cocoa 5 or the Chima Kunado matter. And the president says he's not a flyover. Oh, well, I don't know. But maybe. I cannot figure out this. All right. Good afternoon. If the police in River State has a conscience, they won't ask the Kunado family to pay the mortuary bill, knowing well that they are responsible for the death of Chima and deposited the corpse at the mortuary. This is not right at all. All right. Dial, I'm flabberwhelmed, overgasted. Meanwhile, earlier on when Chima's people were asking for his body, the police refused to grant the request. They now want to add salt to their injury by wanting them to pay for 2 years' bill. It will cost a fortune. This crack police is more wicked than the devil himself. That's from Uchin Wachuku. Justice delayed is justice tonight. With the sensitive nature of this case, by now compensation and apologies should have been given and rendered. That's from Monica. Injustice thrives when justice doesn't thrive. The very edict in which the so-called lawyers and judges operate on wouldn't let them be at rest if justice wasn't applied here. This injustice is too big to be ignored by the so-called lawyers and judges whose mandate it is to make sure justice is delivered. Utibe from Rumibo said that. The family is not supposed to be made to pay the mortuary bill because they didn't keep the body there. And even if they did, the police should take responsibility for the wrongdoing of its officer. That makes plenty of sense, really. Hi, Dio. This is unfortunate, but I will encourage the family not to give up on this matter. This particular case has revealed many atrocities the Equal Crack team has been committing in River State. And I'd like to go to the end of that story, by the way. On his part, the chairman, River State Civil Society Organization, NFO George Wood, disclosed that the House of Reps Committee on Public Complaints said the committee could not entertain a matter that was already before the court when they were informed of the issue. He maintained that the State Civil Society would not withdraw the matter in court, but will rather exhaust all legal options to obtain justice for the victims. He insisted that Adetuyi, remember him, Commander Adetuyi of the ICRAC team, and Amadi should be prosecuted for lying to the world that Chima Kunado died of high blood sugar and not from torture. While Inspector Amadi, who still charged the innocent mechanics with armed robbery and courtesan, whereas the owners of the two cars had testified that the mechanics were not criminals. One wonders where Adetuyi is now. Remember that he was the one who had his lawyer write us a letter some time ago. All right, so I have to wrap this up right now. Yes, I do. Did I read anything from Twitter? Umot tweets, "Gonna die. I'm sad of this development. How can the police say the family should pay for the morgue bills? It was the police that took his corpse there. They should pay for it as well as take responsibility for the burial." Thanks. So, to the police once again, everybody's issuing demand notice these days, so it's okay, so that everything can be paid in lump sum. Just issue a demand notice to the family and state everything that you still want to collect from the Ikunado family and the rest of the Koku 5. We've got the business news coming up shortly, and when I return, can you believe that the Rivers State Police Command leveled false allegations against someone? Can you believe that such a thing can happen? Well, surprise, surprise, it did happen, and we'll discuss on it when I return. Please stay with us.